Good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us here in the chat. You're tuning into the Crypto Flight Edition. Fellow Composite speaking. This video is going to be geared more towards the candlestick, understanding the candlesticks. We're going to take a look at the 3-day candles. This will likely be a pretty powerful video. Hopefully I do the best that I can to explain this in terms of the way that I see the story behind the candles and the buyers and the sellers. So we'll get into that. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we only go over price action, guys. Let's not waste time. Let's dive again. Candlesticks is what we're going over. The story and understanding why this has the potential to be a very interesting buy-in opportunity. So let's dive into the charts here. All right, so today's June the 22nd, 2021, and the current price of Bitcoin is going to be $29,456.71, slightly negative, approximately 6.89% fluctuating there for the day. Okay. All right, welcome back, everyone. ASMR, interesting analysis. Here's the chart that I found. All right, very beautiful. We got a buyer's obligation level. We also have a seller's obligation level. This white boxed area represents a buy range, although I didn't type it out. That's what it represents. So we're going to go over that in 1 second here. I'll just give you the range before we get started, as I guess 30,000, okay, like $66, all the way up to $37,500. That's kind of the white box range. Okay. Now let's get into how I got all this information on the chart. So the first thing is first. So if you're asking, Napoleon, how did you get the seller's obligation and the buyer's obligation? Because I think some of you remember me going over the $43,000 target. That's not random, guys. I'm going to explain to you how I got that. It's kind of a secret, but I'll share it, I guess. So let me pull up the volume. Okay. So again, 3-day candles. Notice how much volume. You see this 3-day candle, how there was like so much volume to enter this market on May the 19th. You see all that volume there? Now, just keep that in mind, and let's just kind of zoom in on this May the 19th 3-day candle. Okay. And actually, the way that I got the buy range was very simple. I measured the wick of that 3-day candle, with the volume. Okay, May the 19th right here. So this would be considered a buy range. So someone say, dude, why is that considered a buy range? Explain, elaborate. Okay, I will. So the reason I say that this is a buy range is because first and foremost, we have volume on the candle. Okay, 3-day candle, May 19th. Yes. Okay. So I actually take the shadow and I measure the shadow in comparison to the candle's body. Okay, the candle's body. Okay, so I just pull that wick up, something like that. And notice, you see that? You see that little small gap there? That just simply means that the wick is larger than the candle's body. So what does that information lead me to believe? I can't talk. That lets me know that there was more buying interest in this candle than selling interest, even though it was a red candle. Okay, some people get confused about that. Okay, and the reason that, so hopefully that was powerful. Hope you guys caught that. The lower shadow is larger than the candle's body, and there's volume on this 3-day candle, and this leads me to believe that the buyers are within this range. So all I do is I just measure the wick. I take that rectangular box and I just measure the lower shadow all the way up to the lower close of this candle's body. Excuse me, I just kind of stretch it out just like that. So there's my buying range, right? So somebody say, Napoleon, don't you see the price is getting below it there, bro? That means that there's not enough buying interest in this market. Yes and no. Let me explain why, okay? It can't be yes and no, right? It's got to be one or the other. The reason that I say yes and no is because this is an active 3-day candle. And we still have about a day and 11 hours to close on this active 3-day candle. Is it? Yeah, like a day and 10 hours to close on this active 3-day candle. And you guys know me, right? If you follow me closer, you know it's not over until it's over, until she sings. Okay, the market must close. Let the market close, and then at that point we will assess what has just taken place in the market. Are we going to get a candle to close below the seller's obligation level at about $30,100? That has yet to be determined. Let's wait and see what happens. Although as bearish as it looks in the market right now, guys, that doesn't bother me, okay? The market is within my buy range, okay? I have a strategy. Please take a moment to check out our video. Hopefully we'll have a link for it so you'll know our actual buy range, okay? So we're still following through with our strategy. We are still long this market, but this video is just focused on the candles, okay? Let's focus on the candles. So since there's a day and 10 hours to close on this active 3-day candle, remember the seller's obligation. So if you're new here, you're like, no one has any obligation to do anything. Someone told me that once. I thought it was funny. But it simply means that if the sellers, when they stepped in, here's like $64,000 at near April, kind of back out. Hopefully everyone's clear that BTC is in a very aggressive overall uptrend, and it's still technically within an uptrend as long as it's staying above 30,000. I get it's not above 30,000, but remember, it's an active candle. Okay, it still has time to close. All right, so I have to speak technical here. Okay, so the obligation from the sellers, let me just explain that. So the market, they stepped in at 64,000. Seller's obligation is just to simply make lower lows and lower highs. Okay, low, up, lower high, down, lower low, up, lower high, down. So the obligation from the sellers is to continue that. Okay, keep going down. Okay, make lower lows and lower highs. But if the sellers cannot continue making lower lows and lower highs, then this would mean that they are going to fail at their obligation and continue the momentum to the downside here, just kind of in the short term, right? So if they close a candle below $30,100 on the very next candle, you guys know what we go over, the fake out. If it's a fake out, then on the very next candle, you'll see a very aggressive, or at least an aggressive attempt to make a bullish counter move on the next 3-day candle, starting at June the 24th, 2021, which is in like 2 days, right? So that's why I'm saying that this candle, hopefully that made sense, guys. This May the 19th candle is an indication that there's buyers here, guys. So if you're thinking of betting against BTC right here, and you think you're gonna get become a multimillionaire because you put like a 50x short on BTC right here, I just have to say be careful. Okay, not because I'm long, because the buyers have already shown that they're here near $30,000. The only thing that's going on right now is I guess those who are inexperienced, they're probably selling here. And they're just kind of building up their basket enough, or like buying enough sats to propel this price to the upside. I think went over the buyer's obligation level, how I was able to find that. This entire range is determined from just one candle, guys. That's the reason why you rarely see me pull up volume. And I know someone who follows me very closely, they're like, finally, he gave us a secret about the volume. Yeah, it's just kind of one of my secrets, guys. But that's how I was able to find the buyer's obligation level. I just simply measured the open of that May the 19th candle, and I found $43,600. And then I took the lowest measured shadow, like the wick of that May the 19th candle, and that's how I got the seller's obligation level. So that's how we got this very large range in between here, guys. I wish I could explain it better. I can probably sell this type of information, right? All right, so yeah, so that's how I got that. And of course, you guys already know how I got the buying range down here, which again, it's below it. That's fine, okay? But I'm just waiting for a potential fake out, because remember, they have an obligation, guys. Obligation, the sellers, they have to follow through. I don't care how bearish it looks. A lot of people are starting to talk bearish on BTC. This is the beautiful time. I'm looking to put a really, really interesting amount of capital in this market to anticipate a move up. All right. So hopefully you guys caught that, and that's the end of the video. So it's all about the volume, and that's how you find buyers and sellers obligation levels, and buy range or sell range. You just focus on the wick of the candle's bodies. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Leave an appropriate thumb just below the video if you enjoyed the content. Leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm pushes the video out to the investors. Also, if you're new, we cover the traditional stocks if you're into that. 7 days a week. Kindly join us here on this interesting journey, and we'll send you that information when it is available. Once again, guys, thanks for stopping out, listening to the end. Huge support. I appreciate that. We'll talk soon. I'll try to explain this again, maybe kind of elaborate a little bit more if you guys have questions about this. And we'll talk soon, and bye for now.